Bethesda shadow drops the Oblivion Remaster, and everyone liked that. Kind of. There's some sources here from GameSpot and PC Gamer. A lot of places have talked about this. The notes say, like an arrow to the knee of my free time, the Oblivion Remaster was announced and released with one trailer and 2 game engines, which I'll explain in a moment. It got over 150,000 concurrent players on Steam on the first day, despite having effectively no advertising, and also despite the fact that it is free on Game Pass. Reddit/r/Oblivion Abominations has gone wild with all of the characters that people are making. Oh yes, Oblivion character creator is fantastic. Wow. Someone made Pot of Greed.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Oh nice, Squidward. Let's go. Ooh. Anyways, good stuff. Oblivion's great. Bethesda also gave free keys to the entire Skyblivion dev team. It says in here to make them feel a little less sad about wasting years of their lives. Many years of their lives. Also, someone posted this, which honestly, I didn't. I might this weekend, but I didn't. The literal first thing that I heard about it, that wasn't just a rumor, was that NPCs didn't have schedules anymore. And what I really liked back in the day was being a sneaky little thief guy and stealing everything. And my favorite quest chains were the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild. And by far my favorite quest chain in a Morrowind was, in regards to the factions, was the Thieves Guild. So without schedules, I was like, what the heck? And then somebody corrected that for me, and apparently they do have schedules. So I don't know where that rumor came from, because once I first heard that, I looked it up and found it, quite a few people saying it, but they do seem to have schedules. I think the confusion there might be tied into that one trailer, 2 engines comment that was made, because the UE5 engine is just dealing with the graphics. The game logic is still being ran by, what is it called? Gamebryo? I think it's Gamebryo, the engine that was originally used for Oblivion, which has created, in my opinion, a pretty fantastic result, actually, because I was very standoffish. First of all, I'm even with it being out now, and now I do own it, I was much more interested in, and still am much more interested in, the Skyblivion project that's still coming this year. And I'll probably be diving in more so to that. I'm going to dabble with this remaster, but I don't know if I'm going to like fully try to beat the game or anything. And I'll be more interested in the Skyblivion remaster. There was a bunch of things that put me off. There's the schedules thing. I heard that in the EULA they talked down on mods, but apparently they're not against mods at all. And Nexus Mods, I believe, already has like, I think Barrington was saying last night that they already have like hundreds of mods for the game, and it's been out for days.
I've heard a lot of them are drag and drop, because it's the same like core engine in a way.
That makes so much sense.
So it should be a little more approachable than something like, I think SE took a while to get in because it was slightly different. And then Skyrim VR also was very difficult, if I remember. Yeah,
so there's 529 mods already, which is pretty wild. And there's some things that is like kind of broken, like I couldn't go to 1440p. I already clicked away from it. And now it's on steak.
Why are you on steak?
I must have clicked an ad.
I thought you were vegetarian. Gambling vegetarian.
I eat unknown mushrooms or something. Anyways, but apparently there's like an I fix that you can use to solve that and stuff. But anyways, it seems cool, and something that I really appreciate about it is that it has the same quirks that it used to have, because the underlying engine is still Gamebryo, despite UE5 taking over the visualization stuff. There's some funk on like how the color palette and lighting works is different and more tame than the original Oblivion, because the original Oblivion was like
bloom
everywhere, and everything's glowing all the time. So if you want that back, you can mod that back in I think the game probably looks better.
I washed more than
now.
just my hands. I washed my whole arm. Here, check it out.
You did?
Yep.
Why? Cool. But yeah, it seems cool. I am still more interested in Skyblivion, and I recommend that you guys still look forward towards that project and maybe don't tap yourself out on the remaster, because Skyblivion, in my opinion, just looks better. That team is being very gracious right now, I think. They've made multiple posts about,
Thank you for not shutting down our project that we've been working on for years. We will never make fun of your games again, even though they are trash. Well, they used to be good.
This one was.
Some of the newer ones are not as good, but thank you so much. Also, are you ever going to do a new Elder Scrolls game? Remaking Oblivion doesn't really count. That's what we were doing.
They did have an outside studio did the work on this. Virtuous. I think it's Virtuous. Was that
Linus found a quarter in the toilet.
something like that?
That would be a great reason.
But yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I think there's a lot of people going with the this is an example of how new games suck now. And
I mean, Oblivion kind of sucks. It's literally the original horse armor.
It is the original. There's new horse armor. That was the other reason why I didn't
That was my
exactly
discussion
want to
topic.
jump on it right away, was that they sold horse armor again. I don't know. Did you see this?
No.
Oblivion Remastered. So if you look at the Steam page, hold on. Whoop, this is not lying. Let's go. If you go to the Steam page and you scroll down, they make it look like the Deluxe Edition is needed for the expansions.
Oh, interesting.
Because you go up here and you're, okay, I'm buying Oblivion Remastered.
Yeah.
I scroll down. It doesn't say up here, like, it includes the expansions, by the way.
Or buy the Deluxe Edition. Oh
and
my
there's
God.
only
They want
these two options.
Want $50 for this game?
It's a lot.
Or is it less than that? Is it 40?
I think it's less than that.
45? I don't know, whatever it is.
Either way. You scroll down, you see this, and this is the first time that I saw Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine mentioned at all, personally. But no.
Huh.
So I was like, okay, so if I want Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine, I have to buy horse armor, effectively.
Hilarious.
That sucks. So I refused to buy it originally, because I was just like, there's no way. I'm not doing that. No chance. Turns out the base game does have the expansions, but a ton of people didn't even know that, because this is super misleading. So bought the Deluxe Edition, effectively just buying some armor, some weapons, and horse armor, along with an art book and a soundtrack.
Technically, what they're saying is true. The Deluxe Edition does include the expansions.
Yeah, it does.
So this is...
They just don't point out, like...
And digital deluxe content technically is some armor, weapons, and horse armor. Everything they say is true.
To me, there's a lot of misleading stuff about this.
No, I'm not saying it's not misleading. I'm just saying it is technically factual.
In the border, I know they say digital deluxe content on the right, and then over here it says includes, but the border around the base game is different than the border around the other two things.
100%.
Like it really feels like it is. And then I don't think... Yeah, like under here, you look at what it includes, and it details the base game, and then way separate from that, it says Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine expansions.
It really does.
And it's just, I don't see it mentioned anywhere else that it does include those in the base game. So that was another reason why I held off. But then I figured out that,
cray-cray.
Yeah, it was just misleading, but it does include it. So no, I didn't get the digital deluxe, because screw that noise. I'm not buying horse armor.
How will your horse be armored? The funny thing about horse armor in the game, and one of their justifications for it, was that it is, in fact, purely cosmetic. It does not, in fact, armor your horse.
And your horse can get attacked.
Yes, very much so. Your horse can become very unalived.
Literally doesn't help you. They say all DLC was included in their presentation when they shadow dropped it. So this is piss poor self-education. That's a hilarious take, in my opinion, because you're now saying that everyone that should buy this has to watch their presentation.
That is a comically bad take.
Which is actually hilarious, and not how like people work or really anything works. That's brutal.
Whiskey Nerd, we love you. Thank you for subscribing to Floatplane, but that is a terrible take.
And again, I did end up figuring out how it worked and did end up buying it. So I think the self-education was fine.
It just shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous, but it's doing super well. They have tons of players, and I think they should be happy. I am at least partially holding back for the Skyblivion version, which I will be very excited about.